and our island was finally united. My adopted land was also a suffering nation for a lot longer than my birth country. Here it had been fueling of hatred forever. The local dialect is a mixture of Venetian, Turkish, Arabic, and mostly Greek. It's a sample of the history of domination and struggle the islanders had endured over the centuries. A few years after falling prey to the European financial bailing in 2013, the time was right for solving a division problem that started over 40 years earlier. People were tired of betting on the so-called West and decided to use what they had and make the best of it. The leaders of the two sides of the island were born in the same town, beautiful Turnasol. They had the guts to sit down and make some tough decisions that were criticized at the moment, but that eventually led to happiness and prosperity for the younger generations. It was complicated to explain to my children when they were little why their father had to go to the army on regular basis. The island had an occupying army in the north, 33% of its territory, and thousands lost their properties and dreams in their seized hometowns during a war that peaked in 1974. Since then, all the men had to attend the military service after school for 2 years and then participate in regular activities until their 60s. I wanted to teach compassion to my children, and we were in the heart of the conflict's solution. But the fact that there was an army uniform and regular activities led to my 5-year-old George voicing the concept that there were bad people that Papa had to defend us from. When confronted with the specific question, are there really bad guys out there? I had to give the best answer I could. A no would have beaten the idea of their dad going to defend us. So I said, yes, but they are on the other side, and they aren't attacking us right now. Papa just had to show up so they don't harm us in any way. This was the best I could do after 40 years of status quo. Fortunately, the problem was solved by the time George finished school, and he just went for a 6-month peacekeeping training. It took much work from all parts. Leaders had to overcome selfish interests and focus on forgiveness and determination to join forces with those they had once lived in peace with. Sometimes all it takes is the willingness to change. Just as people are placed in opposite sides by outer forces, they can decide to live together again in peace when the outside forces are not acting anymore. It seems humans acted by inertia most of the time, until they realized they could decide on their own path. Clara Thinks to Us, a novel of hope